This is the ArtZone. ArtZone is a video document of the arts and artists in the Rockford area. This ArtZone will take you to Paris to interview French artist Philippe Barnier about his Cortman Gallery exhibition. And you'll see video about ArtsPlace, a summer arts program in Davis Park, sponsored by the Rockford Area Arts Council.
Hi, I'm Doc Slavkowski, and this is the Art Zone. We're coming to you from J.R. Cortman Center for Design downtown in the heart of Rockford's cultural district. In this Art Zone, we'll take you to Paris to talk with French artist Philippe Barnier, whose studio is located in the Parmentier district of Paris. Philippe Barnier's work will be on exhibition here at the Cortman Gallery through November of '95. And then ArtsPlace, a program sponsored by the Rockford Area Arts Council, took place this summer in Davis Park, where students learned not only the creative aspects, but also the business aspects of art from artists themselves. We'll show you a video about ArtsPlace produced by the Rockford Area Arts Council. And now, once again, welcome to the Art Zone, and let's voyage à Paris.
I'm Valerie Lopez, and in France, in Paris. And if I living in Rockford, I would watch ArtZone. ArtZone, you know? ArtZone, yes.
Yes, and me, it's Poirot. My name is Link.
The Art Zone is in Paris to talk with French artist Philippe Barnier. We're in the Parmentier district, just a couple blocks from his studio, which is on Rue de Torbonne. So now let's go to the studio of Philippe Barnier and have a conversation with him about his life and his work. Philippe, tell us, first of all, a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, a little bit about your life.
I come from Lille, in the north of France, very near, very close of the Belgium. And before to make painting, to be painter, I was architect. And I tried to do the both in the same time, architecture and painting, but it was difficult to do the both in the same time, and the painting, and I really want to make painting, and I know that was like for make painting you have to do only that, so I stopped architectures, and I'm painting since about 15 years, something like that, you know.
And so now tell me once again though, this transition from an architect to painting, it was like overnight? You just decided one time?
No, you know, I remember precisely the time when I take the decision to stop architectures. But of course, it's a kind of decision that I don't know the name in English, that need to grow inside you, and after it's a kind of evidence. You know what you want, what you have to do, and it's clear, you know. And after you try to apply this decision.
What are the influences in your work?
In my work, I think the first picture I saw was Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci's Renaissance and Manierist Italian painting. So it was marked me when I was a child. And after I see Picasso or Cézanne or Manet, and I get more some influence else. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your technique. You have a really the way you work the paint on the paper is really a beautiful kind of texture, visual texture. What is your technique?
I began to work with fusin, charcoal. How you call that?
Charcoal.
Charcoal, yeah. And to draw. And after I work with acrylic painting, with mediums that with glassy, I don't know if there's a name, English name, you know. I work with transparency, and I put layer of colors on layer of colors. For the colors can to have a kind of vibration with the transparency of all the superposition, you know. And my problem when I begin a drawing or a painting, there is to charge the paper, the panels, and there is a moment was something it's begin to happen. There is a kind of dialogue between the painting and me, and after the difficulties to go in the way of the painting, you know. I have some idea of what I want to do, but there is a moment I have to give the hand to the painting and just to accompany, to go with the painting, and not to be too strong against the painting. Mm.
Your work has been said to have a latent mathematical structure.
Yeah.
And that applies especially to the fruit drawing.
Yeah.
Poems, etc.
I love the chief, the mathematics, and all the serials and some of my former work too are based on the golden number. It's a relation between some proportion, you know, and it's also what we call a serial of Fibonacci. That means that each dimension is a sum of two other dimensions. So you can make with this little panels, you can make a great panel that will be all the time the same kind of relation, you know.
Okay, show me. You can show me. I'm
Yeah.
just watching Mike there. I don't know how much farther you can go. But just like on here, how that.
You know, there is a kind of mathematical progression between the different format of this panel, and each green panel could be the addition of different panel in different manners, you know, and it's a kind of infinite game because you can always move this element.
So,
and I like the idea of each piece is one work, but with different work you can make other work. It is like the life, you know. The life is a succession or an addition of little elements, and each element has this one reality and this one signification. But you can make also a sense between with the relation between the different elements.
how do you want people to view your work? What do you want people to get from your work?
I can't say I really want something. You know, I do my job for me. It's very egoist, but it's part of my life. And after I give it, I show it. And I think, you know, Marcel Duchamp said it is the one who makes the picture.
What if I would buy one of your pieces and I would take it out here in the walkway and just smash it right after I bought it? How would you feel?
First, I don't really understand. And second, in second way, I think it's not my problem, because if you buy it, you have a story with this, with my painting, and I think for arts exist, you must have a story with this painting, and if you buy it, anyways, the reason you buy it, you have something to deal with, and if you distract it after, it's another way to have a story with this, because perhaps more that if you put it in your dining room or somewhere, because it's a very violent act and against all the arts, you know.
Are you a religious person? Do you consider yourself a religious?
I do my communion. I was baptized Baptist, and yeah, but I stopped. I think I stopped to go to the church at 15, 16. Perhaps in the same time I was interested by drawing, and I, what I believe in something that is over people. You know, it's like, I don't think it's God. I don't know, but like some aspiration. You know, that's permit you to go for next, plus loin, farther.
How do you feel when you have completed a work, like a new work? Is there a sense of relief, or is there joy, or how would you describe what you feel?
Very often there is also a kind of étonnement, astonish, amazing, étonnement.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Because very often I say, it's me that do that, you know. And because painting can show you what you don't know you have inside you. It's very close from your analysis, perhaps, in a way.
Hey, viens dis-moi que je te le dise. Dis-moi ce secret qui me donne le cœur.
Directly, there is not influence of Paris on my painting. You know, I don't paint the Eiffel Tower or street or something like that. I am not interested at all by that. But I think the influence is more in the ground. You know, more soft, and that I think exists. And I love Paris. I come from Provence. Like everybody who comes from Provence in Paris, that's, I think, 19% of the Parisian people. I really love Paris. Yeah.
What are your goals, or aspirations, or how do you see your future as an artist?
I think what is clear now for me is I see my future like an artist. You know, it was not so clear 10 years, of course, 10 years before, and it's difficult for me to plan. Very often people ask me what will be my next work, and I can't see it because sometimes I have some idea and I decide to do after my apple to do some team or something, and it's never worked like that. You know, sometimes I try, but it's always the painting that has the last word, and it is the painting that lead me, and I don't know exactly what's wants the painting, and I think I will look after all my life, and it is what is passionnant, so interesting and so deep in the painting, you know.
Do you want?
You know, there is now a great exhibition about Cézanne in Paris, also with, of course, Apple, and Cézanne said, I'm like Moïse, and I'm looking for the.
I'm like what now?
Moses, and I'm looking for the promised land, la terre promise, and I don't know if I will reach it, but I try to reach it. And when you paint, and I understand really what you want to say, because when you paint, you're never so much happy of your work. Sometimes you say it's good, and but there is always something more deep and more deep. Yes, you want to join, and it's a kind of a course without end.
Would you like to be regarded as famous as Cézanne?
Yeah, of course. Because I paint for me, but I'm not quite indifferent at the success, of course, and if Cézanne is so famous because his painting is really important and is very good, and of course his painting changed the civilization in a way. The world is a little bit different after Cézanne than before, and it's why it is a great artist. And if in my piece I can do something, the world just a little bit different after me, it's wonderful, but just a little bit.
Okay, cool.
My name is Gregory. I'm working at the restaurant Les Azous in Paris, and you're watching ArtZone.
ArtsPlace, it's a real job. ArtsPlace is a summer jobs program of the Rockford Area Arts Council. ArtsPlace employs about 40 talented teenagers from various cultural and economic backgrounds who are apprenticed to professional artists in the visual and performing arts. Located in the Lorden Building at Davis Park in downtown Rockford, the program brings together young artists from all over Rockford and surrounding towns. ArtsPlace teaches job skills as well as life skills. It's a place where teens from different backgrounds become friends. We asked the ArtsPlace apprentices what they learned this summer.
We all have individuality, but we all come together and get along.
I learned about responsibility and getting the job done.
The job skills I learned was being here on time, cooperating with the group, and respecting each other, and being patient with the stuff I was doing.
Learn how to work as a team. It's all right to be an individual, but not at all times. It's always great to work as a team.
You have to be qualified. I mean, you have to have some experience at least, and have a happy attitude, and not just come to work all lazy and stuff. I learned that you gotta work for what you want.
Parents are impressed by changes they see in their teenagers.
I think James learned a lot. It built his character. I think it helped him with his own identity and sharing with other kids in the same age and older than him, and getting along with them and working out. I think it's been like a therapy as well as something he enjoys doing all the time.
One group of apprentices, the production team, works together to learn the business of putting on a performance.
We've developed contracts for lights and sound and stuff and sent them out to all our people. We've written lots of press releases and letters inviting people to our shows to let them know, like media people, like radio, TV, newspaper. Just give them something to do so that they're not like driving around saying, okay, what do we do now?
While at ArtsPlace, the apprentices learn to try new ideas, to take risks, and to solve problems as they create works of art. They create clay pieces on the wheel as well as by hand. They paint furniture, picnic tables, and chairs. They paint on canvas and paper. They design garments and handmade paper and jewelry. The artwork created by the apprentices is sold in their own store, which is open to the public. Apprentices are paid for their work, and proceeds from the store are put back into the ArtsPlace program.
When someone bought their pieces, a lot of them would really, they gleam. Oh, I sold this or I sold that, or they see someone looking at it, they'll act nonchalant, like they don't want to pay attention or it doesn't matter. But after a while, you'd notice that they're looking to see who picks up their piece, who might buy their piece. And when something's sold, they're really excited.
ArtsPlace apprentices develop skills that they will need in the workplace in the future.
The interesting thing about art is that no matter what field you will continue in or what you decide to do with your life, it broadens your mind, it opens your eyes, it gives you the capacity to communicate verbally and intellectually and artistically, and that will help you no matter what field they go into.
The apprentices discover that artists can make a living.
The most important thing that I learned was about how art and business integrate, that you can make a living through art. Artists shouldn't have to be starving.
You learn how to work with people, you learn how to take instruction, learn how to meet deadlines with projects, how to buy the supplies and how to handle the money that you make. And I think those are really important in jobs in life.
The Rockford Area Arts Council paid some of the apprentices with federal jobs training funds. Others were paid with grants from the National Endowment for the Arts and from the Rockford Community Trust. ArtsPlace also had lots of help from the Rockford Park District's Hot Nights program, the City of Rockford, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Metro Center. So many individuals and community organizations work together to make ArtsPlace a success.
It's a program that it's a must, I think, for almost every city in the country, especially if we really mean what we say and that our children are important and that we have to find alternative activities for them. In my travels, I heard so many young people talk about there's very little to do here in Rockford. And for us to be a part of ArtsPlace was wonderful. For me to take that conversation or those conversations and translate that into action, to say that this is what they say they want, and then to see the look on their faces at 38, some young people, not only with something to do, but for many realizing talents that they never thought they had, and also make money at the same time and learn about the work world. You can't get that many different things rolled into one program as you can with ArtsPlace. But downtown Rockford for this program, I think, was a must, and really especially with Davis Park, with so many people coming together, as with the ArtsPlace, people coming together to put that program together, to have that kind of energy and excitement. I think that needs to be downtown, especially along the river. And during the summer months when people are out having lunch, we can encourage them to come by to see what our young people are doing.
From my perspective as a businessman, I think one of the things that I'd like to tell others in the private sector is that not only were we encouraged with what we saw at ArtsPlace and how the young people performed, but also how encouraged we are for the future and the fact that this is the emerging workforce. And we think this experience is going to be very helpful to these young people in the future and becoming good employees and making a contribution. And these young people had the opportunity to develop qualities like timeliness and attention to detail and being able to bring a project not only from conception but also to completion. We saw a group of enthusiastic, energetic, creative, and very able young people, not only learning but creating a business and executing that business in a very nice manner. And it certainly gave those of us that were involved with this project a lot of hope for the future and a lot of encouragement that those young people are going to go forth and be very productive citizens. One of the challenges that we have is to find a way to make ArtsPlace a successful project in the future years as it was in this past summer. And we know that that's going to take a lot of effort from the public and from the private sector to find a way to not only to finance the project, but also to get the support for it. I'd like to encourage others to think about supporting ArtsPlace for the ultimate benefits in terms of their future quality of life.
For more information, contact the Rockford Area Arts Council at 963-6765.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Romain. Si j'habitais à Rockford, j'irais voir le ArtZone.
Merci.
Any questions?
Go ahead, ask him.
When was the last time you actually made something yourself completely from scratch?
Who here knows how to tie a bow tie?
I know.
Think of the questions you ask every day.
What's for dinner? Have you ever looked at the cellophane seal on a pack of cigarettes?
Good question.
The answer's easy.
Ask me knowledge of what I know.
Started your spring gardening yet?
No.
How can I eat all these juicy, charbroiled steaks in rich, beefy gravy?
So, this is what questioning has brought us.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Are you tired of tossing and turning, waking with a stiff neck or shoulder, listening to your spouse snore?
Oh, we're talking to me?
Most unfortunately, no.
Do you believe that?
No. You want me to take a shovel and dig my own grave?
Yes.
I get asked that exact same thing.
But why do we go on asking questions?
I don't know a lot about many things, son, but I do know men.
You're left with, for the rest of your life, with this lingering question.
How do you drive a magic carpet?
We're gonna find out right now. What do you know?
Answers. A mountain of.
How do you know that? I'm white. And I know.
You don't know what that is, do you? But you want to, don't you?
That's right. How do you get around? Where's your horse?
Guess who had the answer for that?
Chicken?
Aristotle.
Is everybody comfortable?
What makes you think I care?
Thousands of other Americans are asking that same question today.
Think of the car with all the answers.
I seek not to know all the answers,
Cadillac has the answers.
but to understand the questions.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Art Zone. A special thanks to artist Philippe Barnier, whose work is on exhibition through November of '95 at the Cortman Gallery, and also thanks to Lennergard for his work on the ArtsPlace video. If you have any questions or comments about the Art Zone, we'd love to hear from you. Stop in and see us at J.R. Cortman Center for Design, 107 North Main, downtown, or give us a call at 968-0123. Once again, thanks for watching the Art Zone.
This is Nancy Froelich speaking for the ArtZone. The ArtZone is funded by J.R. Cortman Center for Design and Cafe Esperanto, downtown Rockford.
Hi, my name is Cesar, and I'm visiting Paris. But if I were in Rockford, I'd be watching the Art Zone.